Yo, what is up, Steelers Nation? So right now, just briefly, I want to talk about Najee Harris's chances of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, I think everyone who's watched my draft videos knows I was not the biggest fan of Pittsburgh taking a running back in the first round, but we'll look past that for this video specifically. So right now, I'm looking at something from PFF College. The odds to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year per DK Sportsbook: Trevor Lawrence at 1, that's understandable, plus 300. Justin Fields surprising at 2, plus 600. Trey Lance is tied with him, plus 600. Zach Wilson, plus 700. Najee Harris is 5th at plus 800. I'd argue he should be 3rd here. And I understand why the QBs get the extra value bump. That's just how it is. But there's no guarantee Justin Fields is going to start week 1. And there's certainly no guarantee that Trey Lance will start week 1. The only QBs right now that we know for a fact are going to start week 1 are Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. I can guarantee those. Like I said, Justin Fields, I think he'll probably be out there in the first 4 weeks, but we don't know that. And even then, if he only plays 12, 13 games, that's a significant loss. He's probably not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year off of that unless he plays phenomenal. Same thing with Trey Lance. Even in the Trey Lance situation, I think it's even more apparent that he might not start immediately because A, he's not nearly as polished as some of the other quarterbacks we talked about, and B, Jimmy Garoppolo is a significantly better option right now. They don't. He managed to get with San Francisco to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So we know Garoppolo is good enough to succeed on that team. So I think Najee Harris should move ahead of those two. And understandably, the Offensive Rookie of the Year award is pretty much tossed back and forth between running backs and quarterbacks. I mean, look this past year. Justin Jefferson not winning Offensive Rookie of the Year despite the season he has basically guarantees that no wide receiver is going to win this. And I understand that Herbert had some record-setting time as well, same as Justin Jefferson, but I mean, you're not going to get much better than that from a wide receiver. So it's basically going to be a running back or quarterback winning this award. I would lean towards Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson because they're going to get the most chances just because they're going to start from day one. But I think Najee Harris has to be included in this discussion because he's going to get a ridiculous number of carries, probably over 300 carries or close to it, maybe 280, somewhere in that range. And touch-wise, I mean, he's going to be used out of the backfield quite a bit. He might even line up in the slot sometimes. So I think you're going to see him get well over 300 touches. So I expect him to have a lot of chances as well. And he's another guy who's going to be out there playing from day one. So you can expect him to play a significant role immediately. I think he might have a similar rushing stat line to what Josh Jacobs had as a rookie, or maybe around that area. Now, Josh Jacobs in 13 games, 242 rush attempts, 1,150 yards, and 7 rushing touchdowns. That's about 88.5 yards per game. The only difference that there's going to be is that Najee Harris is not going to average 4.8 yards per carry. I think he'll be closer. I think he might even be below 4. And usually I set the bar at 4 yards per carry to kind of judge if a running back is efficient. You know, anything above 4 yards per carry to me is a plus. Anything below is a negative. And that's just like my own personal setting. There's no advanced logic behind that. I think Najee might get below 4 as a rookie just because the offensive line. And people say, yes, there are some unproven guys up there who haven't played a lot who, in limited snaps, look really good. This is going to be a bottom 10 offensive line in the NFL. That's just how it's going to be. We've got 2 guys out there who have played 16-game seasons in their careers. And one of them is a 1-year starter who was awful last year. So DeCastro is the only guy who's been out there for a full 16-game season and proven. Now we're playing 17 games. So I do think there's going to be a lot to look forward to with that offensive line. There's going to be a lot of improvement, certainly, week to week. I just don't. I don't think you can count on much, even in terms of run blocking. I know there's some guys up there. Like, you can put some faith in Kevin Dotson to be good, especially in run blocking. But again, the other guys, Zach Banner, you know, it's just Zach Banner. I wish we could have seen play last year. If he had played last year, I would have felt so much better about him going into the season. Okorafor, he was the guy who started last year. I was just so bad at right tackle, and I don't think he's slotted in. Maybe he's a left tackle right now. It's just can't run block or pass block. So I think there are going to be issues there on the offensive line. So I think you could see Najee Harris average under 4 yards per attempt. But again, who's going to have the receiving yardage that a guy like Josh Jacobs didn't have. So I think he'll be close to 1,500 to, I'll say, 1,800 yards from scrimmage in that range, and probably around 12 or 13 total touchdowns, which is really good production for a rookie, by the way. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player and get a lot of just pure yardage production. I don't know how efficient he'll be, but he'll get a lot of yardage. One of the reasons why I don't think he'll win the award ultimately is because, look, Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs and Kyler Murray, both part of the 2019 draft class. Kyler Murray won the award for the year, despite the fact that he had just an average season. I mean, 12 total passing touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I grant he had the rushing yards. I understand that. It wasn't just the air. But his rushing total is 544 rushing yards for 4 rushing touchdowns. That's not phenomenal either compared to guys like what Lamar's doing right now, or even what Kyler Murray did this past season. So the fact that Kyler Murray was able to win with those numbers, and Justin Herbert winning over Justin Jefferson last year, despite the fact they were both, equally impressive, and Justin Jefferson was probably more impressive for a wide receiver than Herbert was for a quarterback, it's probably going to be a quarterback that's going to win this year. Especially because Josh Jacobs was a much better running back in his rookie season than Kyler Murray was a quarterback. So the fact that Jacobs couldn't have won that tells me that it's likely Najee Harris won't win this year. But I still really like the chances. And like I said, I have him third right now to win this award. And I certainly think he'll finish. To me, there's no reason, other than injuries, there's no reason why he shouldn't finish in top 5 for Offensive Rookie of the Year voting.